here's a question for you. Someone, Anthony here says, why not let Bay come in and save Star Wars? I look, that won't save Star Wars. That would be like, the opening of The Last Jedi, how we all hated the opening of The Last Jedi. Think about 2.5 hours of that. That would be Michael. You know what? Actually, in the second thought, that could actually be kind of interesting. Not in a good way, but in like hey, let's get really drunk and watch a train wreck happen.
I think it would be less like the first bit of The Last Jedi and more like the first bit of Revenge of the Sith.
Ugh. Well, I mean, I actually like the opening.
Was it Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones where they were in the dogfight over Coruscant?
That would be Revenge of the Sith. They were over that was a dogfight they were over.
Okay, so yeah, it would just be that for 2.5 hours, and
but it could also be well to kind of counter that point because I actually kind of like that dogfight over the city.
I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm saying that's what you would get.
Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. If it was nothing but pure Bayisms, and a lot of like, kind of like maybe like. Okay, fine. Here's a pitch. All right, I'm gonna pitch this real quick because you got me thinking. So what if it's like this? Okay, Star Wars, but like 1980s-esque Sylvester Stallone, Schwarzenegger type movie, right? Like a total like rogue commando type guy. Like I'm gonna go and like stop whatever whoever the bad guy is. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. And it's nothing but just like think Demolition Man, but Star Wars.
Okay.
Right? Like just, I mean, that kind of like weird over the top action, over the top villains, over the top hero.
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
I'd give it a watch. Like I've said this about Star Wars for a while. Like it's such like the universe itself is so huge. And with all of these properties so far, it's really centered around like two families. And I'm like, let's get away from these people. Let's get away from the Jedi and the Sith for a little bit. Let's like do a detective noir story, somewhere on some back planet where somebody's investigating like a slave trade gone bad between the Hutts and a trade syndicate. And let's just explore the world a little bit. Like, I think there's stories out there that could be good away from like the epic space opera ongoing story that we've had. And then that's when you were talking earlier about the TV shows. I hope they do go in that direction with it.
Well, they're gonna be doing the TV shows a bit on the slower side. They're gonna be doing they're slowing things down a little bit, telling these stories. And I think they realize like that's the whole point. Like the Jedi and the Sith factor involved that they did for the sequel trilogy. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I feel like they, JJ had a plan, Rian Johnson screwed up that plan. JJ tried to fix it. Now we're past it.
I don't believe JJ had a plan. I don't think.
They had written outlines for all three films. They had actually Kathleen Kennedy herself had talked about this. She said that they had a room where they just had it surrounded by whiteboards and they plotted out the storyline for all three films. Now, what I don't get though is why during the process of production on episode 7 and the writing process of episode 8, Kennedy just kind of went, okay, Rian, you can do what you want to do. You want to kill Luke Skywalker? I have no particular problem with that. The fans are going to clearly love it because they love Rey and Finn, right? Like they, they just want to see Finn and Poe get down and smash. Like who cares, right? I don't know about that personally. I mean, I want to know where there was that communication breakdown. That was the first domino in the what the fuck display we got in regards to The Last Jedi. That's what I want to see. I think I could probably feel like at ease. It's not like I would feel like there would be justice, but it'd be like, when like an animal goes missing and you're like, they're probably dead, but I still want to know how they died. That way I can have some closure. It's a morbid way of looking at it, I'll admit, but it's kind of like that. You just want closure. When you feel like you just got totally butt fucked by the company, you just want closure to know why the butt fucking happened. Like was lube ever on the table? Was it always off the table? Like where what are the specifics here? I have to know for my own closure.
To quote Edmund Hillary, who climbed Mount Everest, because it was there.
Yeah, there we go on that one. Thanks for watching this clip from Hollywood After Dark. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, support via Patreon, and check us out at twitch.tv/3bucktheater. Thank you again. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.